Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you. EU rules on stablecoins. Vanguard, $38 trillion. You're going to want it, ladies and gentlemen. U.S. bill reintroduced for crypto. We got Ripple empowering central banks. Brazil CBDC pilot might be more like China. It should bother all of us. UK Treasury and digital securities. Ripple submits evidence, and we'll tell you where. And we got this historical proof on the technical analysis chart. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, we start with the XRP LHQ, which is brand new on the scene, and it is the central hub for the XRP community. If you're a developer, company, project in the XRP ecosystem, you need to click this button and join and get yourself on here right now. This is going to be remarkable. Let's take a look at the numbers really quickly here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we got. It's a $1.24 trillion crypto market cap, and it's up 1.1% this morning. XRP's 47 cents. We see Bitcoin 30,700 plus right now, 1890 and change for Ethereum. Tether market cap is 83.4 billion. And let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Glint, it's on fire. Probably going to sell out today. Ripple's still available. Polysign, linked to itself. And look at the AI. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Boy, I tell you, watch out for Uphold. And I tell you, that Circle is going to be on the board soon. But let me tell you something. Uphold right here, I am a huge believer in Uphold. And I tell you, it is really, really at a great price compared to what it was a year ago. Don't sleep on them. You know I love them. Yeah, we had them at XRP Las Vegas. Click that link and make sure you get some. We start with Crypto Basic right here. To accelerate the CBDC narrative, ladies and gentlemen, Ripple has rolled out the CBDC interoperability contest, and top attorney John Deaton believes spend the bits will bag the price based on previous victory. Well, let me tell you something. We celebrated a lot of developers at XRP Las Vegas 2023, and it was a remarkable experience. And I tell you something, a standout on the day was absolutely Jay from Spend the Bits. And what Jay has done is remarkable, and I believe his time to shine is on the edge of coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, this guy is no joke, and I can't wait to tell you more. And we'll have Jay on the channel here in the future as well, because what he is doing is absolutely groundbreaking in the financial system. Meanwhile, we see stablecoin issuers told to start preparing for 2024 EU rules. You know, this is what we've talked about here. We're watching the globe, the UK regulations, the EU regulations, stablecoins regulations, the United States, by the way, hinting that they may be able to get stablecoin legislation done by the end of this year and pass through the House as early as this month. So keep an eye on all of those developments, and we got a new bill that's been reintroduced. We'll tell you in just one second. But I tell you what, this ought to get you jazzed up. Speaking of Vanguard, net assets of ETFs and mutual funds totaled $38 trillion last year. And it's game on for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. And I've got a theory I want to share with you. Some speculation. Yeah. Asset manager group Vanguard, with over 7 trillion in assets under management, has purchased a 10% stake in Bitcoin miner Riot Platforms. Now, listen, when I see Fidelity, BlackRock, Vanguard, all these huge investment asset managers coming in and declaring they want to spot Bitcoin ETF, they want to position in companies that Bitcoin mine and things of this nature, I have always believed, and I certainly believe it is not even a conversation or a debate anymore, Bitcoin was created ultimately by the National Security Agency. Don't believe it. It's still true. But I can tell you this. I'm starting to be more of the mindset now that the reason we're seeing the government and different agencies deny what we all have known and reported on here, that the Satoshis are and have been identified years ago by Department of Homeland Security, and everyone still acts like they don't know it, like the SEC and the CFTC. I'm almost convinced now that the reason they're ignoring the obvious truth about Bitcoin is maybe it is to serve as a Band-Aid for what is about to come. I think we all know that the Pied Piper is going to have to play a little song, and the traditional stock market is going to have a huge correction at some point in the near term. Maybe it happens before the elections in the States. Maybe it happens right after. I don't know. But I certainly do expect it to come, because I expected it before the pandemic hit, and then they started printing money to avoid that obvious truth. So at some point, these things are going to come home to roost, and I happen to wonder if the government hasn't agreed to let Bitcoin live until after we move past that moment, and then Bitcoin might go away, or at least be revealed for what it actually is. You know, you can't make it up. Look, they sell this thing as anti-government, anti-establishment, libertarian movement. I get it. But you know what? At the end of the day, they know who it is. We've reported on it. The main algorithm, the SHA-256 algorithm, was created and patented by the NSA. So there you have it. And then we have this. Cynthia Loomis and Kristen Gillibrand will be resubmitting a revamped version of the Responsible Financial Innovation Act. It didn't work the first time. They're going to put a new bow on it and submit it the second time. We'll keep you up to date on it. Meanwhile, Ripple's launched their cutting-edge CBDC platform empowering central banks and financial institutions, and we know it. And the Bank of International Settlements says by 2030, 24 central bank digital currencies could be in circulation globally. Ripple has unveiled an advanced CBDC platform ledgering its private ledger, let's say that 4 times fast, to facilitate the issuance and management of digital currencies by central bank governments and financial institutions. You know, we all know this, and we all know the key benefits, and we know that they're working right now. One of the pilots they're doing is the EHKD pilot program to tokenize real estate and use CBDCs and lending and all the functions that go along with that ecosystem. You know, it's very exciting what's happening here. We're talking about 7 years, the BIS saying 24 CBDCs globally circulated. Not piloted, globally circulated. That means over the next 7 years, there has to be a lot of successful pilots. There has to be a lot of domestic implementation and use, and then global use. So it's not like we have to wait the full 7 years to see the full effects here. We're going to see a constant and continual rollout as we move towards that 2030 date. And this is what we need to be very, very close, pay very close attention to as we move towards that. We know that central bank digital currencies in China, the Chinese yuan, is absolutely controlled by the government, and that is not what we want. And meanwhile, the pilot project of Brazil's CBDC, Real Digital, allows the freezing of user wallets and reducing balances. Yikes, ay caramba. This is the scary side of innovation, ladies and gentlemen, and this is, I believe, as much as, people want to get, I'm excited about innovation too, but you know what? When it gets in the government's hands, people with power, people with authority cannot help themselves. They want to be able to control you, and when you allow them to have this level of control of your money, you are no longer free. Meanwhile, we see here it's business as usual for Ripple team. There's Brooks Entwistle with everybody. But what I want to show everybody here is why I'm here. Crypto is not one thing. It's central finance, it's definance, and it's all of these things in between. Whether we're talking about derivatives, insurance, lending products, decentralized exchanges, centralized exchanges, metaverse, investment funds, payment processors, crypto ATMs, OTC trading desks, custodians, lenders, mining, you get it. This is how big it is, and we have yet to truly tap into where we're going. And the UK starts a consultation on exactly that. The 5-year digital securities trial, ladies and gentlemen. The pilot will relax regulations for digital bonds and equities, but not unbacked crypto like Bitcoin or Ether. You can start to see the separation take place. There's going to be digital tokenization that happens within traditional finance and all of the products associated with it. And then there's going to be the other stuff, right? And I'm telling you, as time progresses and real use case utility becomes the driver of these projects and tokens, you're going to see crypto become the smallest part of this revolution. No doubt about it. Ripple submitted, in the meantime, written evidence documented to the UK Parliament discussing the benefits of XRP and crypto to the country. Now, I don't have to read it to you because we know that Edo Farina already shared it, and I know that you already know the benefits of XRP and cross-border payments for instantaneous bridge between fiat currencies. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And we know that the Bank of England has been a customer and Ripple partner for many, many, many years. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought I'd see this day come. Crypto analytics platform Masari. Shout out to Ryan Selkis. I mean, goodness gracious. No wonder we saw him in a Dunkin' booth. Ripple's working with the governments across the globe to explore central bank digital currencies built atop the XRP ledger. Did you ever think that the greatest adversary at one time just talked trash after trash and shade after shade on Ripple and XRP, Ryan Selkis and Masari, would ever finally roll over to where we are today? Boy, what a world we live in, you know? And I tell you, I'm happy. I'm happy to see it. You know, there's nothing to read in the article that's really standing out too greatly to me. It's just the fact that Masari and Ryan Selkis, all of a sudden, now they get it. Now they get it. Yeah. XRP monthly MACD, ladies and gentlemen. Could it be historical proof? Egg Rag questions all of us here. When it comes to predicting market trends, monthly MACD has provided a useful guideline for identifying trends, measuring strength, and even determining entry and exit points. In the below XRP chart, I can say that one key piece of evidence that supports the power of monthly MACD is the occurrence of a bullish cross. Well, we like the sound of that. Looking at historical data, we can see that the previous bull run lasted 884 days. From the turning point of the red to green, if history repeats itself, we could see a similar timeline for the next bull run, with the expected bullish cross occurring on June 1st, 2024. However, there's also a possibility of an earlier cross happening August 1st, 2023. Of course, only time will tell if these predictions come true, but one thing that could cancel out those close proximity of the expected bullish cross is a major shift in price action. How about that one? And you could see on the chart right here what he's showing here. 29 bars or 884 days, 29 bars, 882 days. Will it happen? Will it not happen? I don't know. But, you know, again, these become like watermarks or little windows of opportunity to pay attention to see what's happening on the chart and the fundamental news of the day. And again, Judge Torres, where you at? You know, we're patiently waiting, you know, and we're going to stay that way. But that's where we are today, ladies and gentlemen. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.